All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we have a 2020 RAV4. This is the TRD off-road model, mag gray, with what looks like to be a off-white top a little bit. Just do a quick little walk around for you, and then we'll take it for our first drive. Toyota was nice enough to give me this for a week, and I know you guys were interested in seeing what the new TRD off-road package looks like and what comes on this that's a little bit different than the other RAV4s, and what you get right away. I gotta point these out because these are actually really nice looking. These are the TRD off-road wheels on the RAV. You get some Wild Peaks there, some Falcons. There's a lot of Falcon Wild Peak fans out there. So there you go. It's a thinner sidewall. Good tread though, good all-terrain tire. I'm sure most people that buy this vehicle aren't going to go off-road with it, but it is a shorter wheelbase, and with the proper suspension and everything, this would probably be really good off-road in my opinion. But you know, RAV4, this is a high volume Toyota vehicle. They sell a lot of them, and they definitely do new generations way sooner than things like 4Runners and Tundras. You will see new generations of the RAV4 very often. So blacked out badging, TRD off-road. Another thing that we've talked about recently in a lot of these videos is there's a TRD package almost across the board on every vehicle nowadays, but they could really do big things with this. If they made like a pro model of this, because of the shorter wheelbase, this thing could probably be really great off-road. You'd have to have the right stuff though. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of people that are going to buy this, it's going to be something that will spend 99 to 100% of its life on the road. Backup sensors here. It's fairly loaded. We'll look at the sticker at the end. $41,000 on the sticker, I believe. So pretty expensive for a RAV. But this generation, they definitely redefined a lot of stuff on it. Get more of a bolder look for sure. Longer nose, 2.5 liter engine, just over 200 horsepower, 184 foot-pounds of torque. We'll see how well that engine does with moving this thing down the road. A lot of blacked out stuff going on. Got some LEDs, fog lights. You got the 360 bird's eye view, Toyota safety sense. Good look at the front here. So like I said, it's a 4-cylinder, so you're still going to get that really good RAV4 gas mileage, roughly around 25 mpg. But overall, the outside, it's got a really nice look to it. Like I said, I need you guys to comment below and let me know what you think about that different colored top on it. I don't know. I'm indifferent at this point. We'll see what changes. I think I would rather it just all one color, all mag gray. But everything on the outside looks really good. A real clean, slick look. And like I said, this generation of the 4Runner, or excuse me, 4Runner, nope, 4Runner's right there. This generation of the RAV4 and the new nose and the new front end, just the overall new exterior styling, I'm a big fan of. Never really been a fan of the RAV4, but this one definitely looks good. Even my neighbor has a white one over there. So let's get in and see what the interior looks like. I figure we'll start with the back seats first, but just so you know, keyless entry. Pretty much all Toyota models nowadays have that, but it is here also on the RAV. So as far as space goes, and what kind of demographic would be buying something like this? I mean, you could comfortably fit 5 adults in this vehicle. This seat is pretty much all the way back. I'm 6 foot. Always like to have the seat all the way back. So I still have a little bit of knee room here. I mean, not much, but it's comfortable in sitting upright. The roof isn't touching my head or anything. It would be a little tight for 5, but you can make it happen if you had to. I think this vehicle, we'll get up here in a minute and look at all the modern technology in this Toyota versus some of the other ones I've driven. I think this would be a perfect vehicle for, you know, maybe somebody who has a small family, maybe somebody in college, because it's got the space you need to do fun stuff, but it's not, you know, gigantic. If you wanted to go gigantic, you upgrade to like a 4Runner or Highlander, or even go crazy with the Sequoia. But this has enough space to get it done. You and your friends going to play sports, go to the movies, whatever, you have plenty of room in here to do so. You got the TRD off-road mats on here. I mean, at the end of the day, this vehicle is a RAV4, okay? And the TRD stuff is a lot more cosmetics. The thing that you have as far as TRD off-road that would make a difference, like I said, you got the TRD tuned suspension, you got TRD wheels down there, but that's obviously more cosmetic. But at the end of the day, it's pretty much a cosmetic upgrade. So would you want to spend that kind of money? I don't know. Let's check out the trunk real quick. So automatic trunk. The only vehicle that doesn't have this automatic trunk that I've seen so far is the 4Runner over there, and that has the heaviest door of all of them. So that kind of, it's not cool, but whatever. Big old trunk back here. You could fit everything. JBL sound system there. TRD off-road going on. But you got a lot of room here. This thing comes with the shade that you could put over stuff. You could put those back seats down, and then you could fit a bike back here and all that other stuff, golf bag. But you got plenty of room in here. And from the outside, and the camera won't do it justice, but from the outside, it doesn't look like a big vehicle at all. But when you start opening everything up, it really does have a lot of room in there. And like I said, when you put those back seats down, it's kind of like a mini pickup bed. Not bad at all. Got a little charging port here, in case you're somebody who goes tailgating, things like that matter. Got a little light here. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, before we get in here, look at the seats. Some nice side bolstering. Toyota has really stepped up their seat game, in my opinion, getting the opportunity to drive a lot of these vehicles. It looks like the seats have really moved forward. The bolstering on all Toyota vehicles that I've driven now has really come, and they stepped up their game, and very comfortable seats for sure. Looking forward to sitting in these. All the TRDs seem to have a TRD here or a TRD here nowadays. So there you go, TRD off-road. Nice big speakers on the side and everything. Get the red stitching. Comes in a lot of the TRD vehicles nowadays. Now this is a very modern looking interior versus a lot of the Toyotas I've driven. This is the same vibe as a Corolla or a Camry. A lot of, like I said, outside, a lot of their high-end or high-moving vehicles that they, you know, get the next generation out there sooner than later. You see a lot of this modern stuff going on. I am a big fan of the way the screen sits up like that. You could comment below and let me know what you think. There's never any glare in situations like this. Not bad. It doesn't look like you have a lot of space down here because there's a lot going on as far as you got your multi-terrain select, driving modes, shifter, automatic parking brake, hill descent control. I love this red outline, cup holders. You got the phone charger, automatic phone charger. But for the space that there is not, that doesn't exist here, you have space over here to put stuff in. And over on the driver's side, you have space over here, maybe put your phone or your wallet there, whatever. But there is enough space. Glove box, standard big old glove box. You have a center console here. Not bad, just for the basics. And then when you come up here, let me just turn the ignition on so you could see what's going on here. Obviously, push button start. Push button start is in everything now. Let me just turn this down before music comes on here. Okay, so a very modern looking gauge cluster we have going on here. You got a big screen in the middle there. Your normal gauges on the outside, but that screen definitely looks like the same vibe as the Camry and the Corolla. A way more modern vibe than I've seen in some of the older Toyotas that don't get an update very often. But just like all other Toyotas, Toyota Safety Sense, you just swap through with your arrows on the steering wheel. Steering wheel has all your controls as always, so you can keep your hands on the wheel. It's an all-wheel drive system they have going on here. So you have, just like every other Toyota, some of the screens are a little bit different when it comes to the information screen in the middle, but at the end of the day, they operate the same way with the arrows, like I said, on the steering wheel. So not a bad gauge cluster at all. When you get down here, you have things like automatic headlights, rain sensing wipers. Oh, this is something cool. You hit the view. This is like the bird's eye view. So it shows you everything you have going on around the vehicle. There you go. You could hit this button too, and it'll show you a different view. Not bad. You can even go to settings up here and change the color of the vehicle that you want. So we're in a gray one, so we're going to keep it that way. But overall, that's what you get when you get the bird's eye view situation going on for parking in tight spots. I mean, this is a smaller vehicle, so this won't be too hard to park in my opinion. Obviously, you have Entune 3.0. We'll go there in a minute. You also have heated steering wheel, which I never have seen in a Toyota till today, which is pretty awesome because all the Toyotas I've driven do not have that, so that's pretty cool. Like I said, high volume vehicle, RAV4, so they're going to do things like this with technology. And then you have the automatic tailgate that we were just dealing with out there. Like I said before, push button start. Now we get to the center, okay? Entune 3.0, this is the same setup as in the other vehicles that we've tested with Entune 3.0. I think everything has upgraded to that at this point. If I'm wrong, comment below and let me know a Toyota that hasn't gone Entune 3.0 yet. So we've already gone through all this. Navigation. You get, well, all these Toyotas come with Sirius satellite radio for, I think, 3 months. But you get, you know, your audio options. And this is just a quick go through real quick. So this is what we're playing right now. You could hit source. It's a very easy system to work with. There are a lot more modern systems out there, but this is very user-friendly in my opinion. Everything you want here. There's info. You could do A lot of people like to mess with this eco, and this will tell you how you're driving and everything. So a lot of options on there. Just hit all the buttons and then you start seeing everything that's available. Like I said, not the most advanced system in the world, but it gets the job done. You know, in my Toyotas, it usually stays on this page right here because I'm listening to music. Heated and cooled seats. This is a very different looking setup for your climate control as per other Toyotas that I've driven. A very modern looking setup for sure. I'm definitely a fan of it. But like I said, it does lack a little bit of space, but no big deal because you have the trays everywhere that you can use. Big cup holders for those giant Wendy's cups that you could get. But a really nice interior. I want to hear what you guys think. It looks futuristic, but not in a terrible way. A lot of people have a problem with the way, if you've ever seen the way the Camry looks nowadays, it kind of has like a sweeping dashboard that goes into the screen and then everything is laid out here. This has a modern looking dashboard, but I got to tell you, I really like the way it flows nicely. Modern, but not too modern where it looks weird. We have the frameless mirror up there. At the end of the video, after our first drive, we will go over the window sticker in case I'm missing anything. Obviously, you have a moonroof up here. So you got a lot of stuff, a lot of modern technology in this. Blind spot monitoring is there. Big old mirrors. I'll be honest with you, the mirrors are quite big for this vehicle, and that's a good thing. And as far as blind spots go, you might have a little blind spot right there, but that's why you have the blind spot monitoring. But overall, it looks like it's a pretty clear view all the way around. Nothing major, nothing like the old FJ Cruiser that had a crazy blind spot on it. But at the end of the day, a nice interior. Let me know what you think, but now we will take it for its first drive. All right, let's get out there and see what we got here. Okay, definitely sounds like a 4-cylinder engine for sure. A RAV4 pops up, a little flash of RAV4. That seems to be a common thing on a lot of the Toyotas nowadays as well. If you wanted to see what the key fob looks like, there you go. Everyone looks a little bit different, but at the end of the day, same old deal. No keys in these things anymore, which is pretty cool. But if you get to the lower trims, you will have keys, just so you know. I know that for the Tundra and the SR, you still have a key. In the lower level SR5, you still have a key. But it feels pretty comfortable. It looks good. Seating position is not an issue. There are a lot of options on the side. All right, let's see what this thing's all about. Let's see how this 2.5 liter 4-cylinder moves this vehicle. I look forward to it. I think this could be a great vehicle. Like I said, the demographic of maybe like a college student or someone that's just looking to get from point A to point B in a little bit of style. Like I said, modern technology across the board. High five to Toyota. They always put the good modern technology in these high volume vehicles, and the price tag isn't crazy. I mean, this one's like $41,000, but there are other RAV4s out there that give you a lot of good options for a lot cheaper. This is the TRD off-road model, so this is their premier RAV4 right now. They also offer a hybrid version of the RAV4. I don't believe they have that in TRD off-road, at least yet, but that is a very popular option these days, the hybrids. Let's get out here on the main road and see what we got as far as power. I'm not looking for any kind of Mustang Camaro level power, but not bad. It sounds like, oh, it actually gets up to speed really nice, and I'm in normal mode right now. It actually sounds like a tuner car, like a Fast and Furious type car with the 4-cylinder engine here, but it got up to speed pretty good. Let's see how the brakes are. That's the first thing that always shocks me when I get in a lot of these different types of vehicles, is how absolutely different the brakes are. Of all Toyota vehicles I've ever driven, the brakes that are the hardest to get used to, 4Runner for sure. Just normal get up to speed acceleration here. Not bad. But then when you want to go, whoa. I don't know if I like that. I didn't even really put the pedal down much there, and it kind of just went into hyper mode there, dropped a gear and took off. I'm sure everyone around me looked at me and like, dude, it's a RAV4. What are you doing that for? Not intentional, but there is a little bit of power in this engine. I'm a little shocked at how good it moves itself. I drove a RAV4 as a service loaner a few years back. I'm thinking it was like a 2017, and the thing was just super underpowered. It didn't feel like it wanted to go at all. Turned me right off to the vehicle almost immediately. But this actually feels like it has a little power. Let's put it in sport mode. We don't need to do eco mode. Let's put it in sport mode. All right, sport light comes on. And all that's probably going to do, like all the other vehicles when you put in sport mode, unless you're buying like a BMW or something of that nature, it's probably just going to change the mapping, like basically where the transmission will do the shifting. You'll get a lot of higher RPMs, but we shall see. As far as, let's try this little turn going on. Yep, just like you'd expect, it has a really nice cornering ability. We can't forget one thing about this vehicle. It is small, it is light, so it moves itself pretty good here. There's no issues or anything. The vehicle definitely knows how to get from, like I said, point A to point B, but a little bit of style. My question to you is, while we're doing this first drive, hold on, suspension test. Oh yeah, it's a little bumpy of a suspension, but it recovers nicely. I'm kind of aiming for the bad parts of the road here. It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. A little bumpy, but you'll live. My question to you is, if you were buying this vehicle, would you buy this vehicle in the TRD off-road and spend the $41,000? Because I don't know. There's a lot of different options out there as far as the different trim levels for the RAV4. I don't know if I would buy the TRD off-road. I think it looks great. Don't get me wrong. It has the looks to it. But if I could spend... It really depends on what I want out of the vehicle, right? So if I'm just going to drive it from, like we keep saying, point A to point B, I probably don't need the TRD off-road. If I'm ever going to take this thing off-road, and I don't think you would be doing any serious off-roading with this, it's an all-wheel drive system, but like if you're going to do some basic fire roads or something, you do get the TRD tuned suspension. You get a little bit more of an aggressive all-terrain tire, but that's pretty much it as far as TRD equipment goes. I mean, you will see on the window sticker there are TRD off-road packages in it, but they don't have anything to do with the performance necessarily. It's more like, as you'll see, the TRD accessory package and stuff like that, and that has more to do with the, you know, interior exterior look of the vehicle, blacked out badging, TRD floor mats. You get a little you know, a little red going on here and there, but at the end of the day, the TRD logo is on a lot of these vehicles nowadays, but it seems like it's becoming more of an appearance package. If you want TRD packages that actually give you a little something something, you want to get up into the TRD Pro, and that gives you, you know, a suspension with, and this has a TRD tuned suspension, but that gives you like reservoir shocks, you know, with the piggybacks on it and everything like that. It gives you TRD tuned springs. You know, it gives you a skid plate, things to really go off-road with. I don't think you're going to be doing too much off-road with this, but like I said, it's a nice-looking vehicle. If you're someone who wants the RAV4, but you want something all blacked out, there's not much chrome on this thing at all. It's a very comfortable ride, I'll give you that. Way more comfortable than that 2017 or 18 one I drove a while back. This one actually feels like it gets down the road quite nicely. Braking's great, cornering's great. Perfect for that person that doesn't have a lot of family and just wants to drive to and from work, and on the weekends maybe take it out, you know, go hiking, take the bike with you, you got the room. It's a perfect vehicle for someone of that nature. If you have a giant family, I strongly suggest looking into the Highlander or going 4Runner or even the Sequoia, like we said earlier. All right, so that is our walk around and our first drive with this vehicle. I look forward to having this for the rest of the week and driving it around and seeing how I feel about it at the end of the week. So far, really happy with the modern technology this thing has, and I really like the new look of it, but I want to hear what you guys think. First off, what do you think about the two-tone color, mag gray and then a off-white on the top? Like I said, I think I would rather it just straight up mag gray or just one color, whatever you purchase. But I think my favorite thing so far of this, there's actually two things. All the modern technology on the dash in there and these wheels. These wheels are amazing. But let me know, would you pay $41,000 for the TRD Off-Road 2020 RAV4? Let me know in the comments below. Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook at Tundra234, tundra234@gmail.com. Guys, have a great day. Be safe. Thanks for watching.